Okay. So I had a lot of requests on how I made the lure machine. I'm actually fixing something, so I took it apart so it'd actually be easier to show you how I made it. And the main parts. So the main parts, this tote, you can get those at Home Depot. They're like $7. You need a 12-volt rechargeable battery. These are on Amazon. They're about $16, $17. It doesn't come with a charger though, so you do need to buy a charger to recharge it. Then this is the motor. It's used for starting big RC planes. To start them by hand, they have to spin the prop. So these are made to spin them with the motor. You put this part on the prop, and you push a button down here, spins it, gets it started. You hook it up to the battery. So, and then you're going to need a drive wheel. So I had a really hard time finding the kind of drive wheel I wanted that was already made, so I just ended up making my own. It's important to have the right size because that will determine how fast the line gets picked up. If you buy a store-bought pulley, some of them are only this wide. So if this is spinning around on here, one spin is going to take up a lot less line than one spin of this because of the width. So you want something a little bit bigger. This is a 5-inch clothesline pulley. I got this at Lowe's or Home Depot, I'm not sure which. It had a metal bracket on for hanging on the clothesline. I just took it off, and I used this as the base. And so you can't use, this would be fine if you were doing continuous loop and it was just one piece of line going on it and that's all you needed. But if you're doing a drag lure like I did, this itself can only hold 50 yards of line before it would fall off the side. So one main thing I had to do was fix that. So it needs higher walls. So the temp thing I had on the other one was cardboard, and I just trashed that, and I went and bought some Rubbermaid bowls, and I figured these are perfect. They're lightweight, they're going to be high enough to hold all the line in. So all you have to do, and it already has the center marked with the little point, so you don't even need to measure. Before you cut it though, get some Gorilla Tape. This is a tape that works really well. Just put the tape on both sides, so when you drill, it's not going to crack. And then you can get those I got them at my local food store. As far as the motor goes, these are on Amazon. They're about $40. If you have Prime, free shipping. And then the remote that I end up wiring in, it's just an on-off button. And there's no speed on this, there's one speed, on. So to control the speed, you just keep turning it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. These are on Amazon too for about $7. So these are the main parts. And then masonry line, you can buy that at Home Depot. This line is 500 feet. So I'm going to show you how I put together this, because my original plan for this was to take this metal piece off, but I couldn't get the damn thing off. I don't have a vise, so you're trying to unscrew this. I wanted to use the original shaft of this and just screw the pulley right on, but that didn't work. I don't have a vise, so if you don't have a vise, you have to improvise. And I made something to mount inside to just pop it in. So I'll put that together and show you how I made that. Okay, so this is where I had to improvise. I just found I have PVC all over my house because I make all kinds of things. This is a 1-inch diameter on the inside here, and it just by itself it was too loose. It would just fall right out. So I just wrapped a bunch of layers of that Gorilla Tape around it, just to the point where it's snug enough where you just pop it in with a hammer and you tap it and it sticks well enough. So this is just a small piece, and then so you need that. You're gonna need a carriage bolt. some washers, a nut, and then this is a 1 1/4 inch washer. You need this, and then I'll show you how it goes in the pulley. Okay, so you put the bolt, a couple of washers, there's a locking washer, and then 2 flat ones just to take up space. Put it through. When you're using this, if you're using these same lids, there's 2 different sides. This has the indent on this side, so this would be the outside of the actual lid. I'm putting that's what I want the line to go against, so that's going to be in the inside. You're going to put the pulley on, and then you're going to tape, use Gorilla Tape, the clear Gorilla Tape, and you're just going to tape the edge all around to the plastic lid. Okay, so after you tape it, you should tape it all around like this. So every inch of it is taped down, and then you're going to trim off the edges of the lids up until those notches, so it looks like that on both of them. So after this one's put on, then you're going to put on this one and tape it. It's a little bit harder because you got to stick your fingers down in while it's on and stuff. So I'll do that now, and then I'll show you how to put the whole piece together that goes into the motor. Okay, so then you're going to put the other piece on. There's this is 1/4 inch wide carriage bolt. I'm not sure the length. I actually forget because I bought a bunch of different ones to see which would be the best. It's probably like 2 inch, maybe 2 inch long. So you're going to put that through. There's 1 washer over there. And then over here is where you're going to use that little piece of PVC. Make sure it's flat so it lays against. You're going to put it like that. You're going to put your washer like that, and then the bolt. So I have to do this with 2 ends because you push down, it's really tight. But you basically, because this has to go inside there and there's already another bolt there, you don't want a lot of this bolt sticking out because that's going to leave less space for you to put the whole mount inside there. So you want it to be as tight as possible, so you really have to squish down and then put that on. So then once after you do that, then you're going to want to tape the inside original pulley to the plastic, the red plastic. Okay, so once you have that in, then you have to mount the motor so the wheel's up and not touching anything. And then these motors are operated by the push button. So to turn on, you're pushing it in. You can probably take this off and rewire it to just connect, but I didn't feel like doing that, so I just put 2 screws here and then screwed the rest of them down so it's constantly pushing on it, because it's going to be controlled by this remote. So as long as it's always on, that's fine. And then you're just going to mount it in the tote and then pull the line through. So I'll do that next.